Hello and welcome. I'm Aaron to you too, and I just want to go over some of the changes and responses we've had to the most prolific NES speedrunning list. First off, thank you very much. The support has been overwhelming. A lot of people have watched this video, the top 100. There's been a lot of positive response. There's been some constructive criticism as well, and I'm appreciative of both things. What this video is to kind of update everyone on what's going on with it now. So first off, I am going to update this. I have decided as of right now we're going to update it at the end of every month. So at the end of January, I'll go back through the boards, we'll do the check, and we'll post something shortly into February about it. That's the current update schedule. We might do something different with that once everything's fully automated. That's something we are working on. We're not quite there yet. But the second thing is, there's been a number of issues brought up that I want to address. There's one thing that we're going to change that's going to come into effect immediately. So we're looking at this. The biggest issue I think we have with the list is that to move up on it, it really focuses on shorter games. I call it the meta. If you want to move up on the list, you find short games to get decent times in, and to do that. And I feel like that's a little more than what we want it to be, so we're going to try to address that. There's two parts in this. One of them is that harder and longer games are undervalued, easier, shorter games are overvalued. The other is that the world records are just not valuable enough, especially on the low end. They definitely are on the high end, but since world records get a percentage increase, that means, you know, anything that's in like the 200 points or lower range really isn't getting a lot of love. So that's what we're going to focus on first. I'll have this document linked at the bottom along with the original video, but world records not valuable enough, especially on the low end. This kind of outlines the thought process. I haven't updated this actually with the current position, but what we're going to do, the end result here is that we're going to change it around to add in bonus points for the top 3 positions on any leaderboard. And it's going to be done in an additive way, not in a multiplicative way like we have already done. So to show you a little bit of what this means, currently this is the All-Pro Basketball, and I'm going to show you how this looks when we update it too, so you have an idea. But currently, if you look at the times, we have different percentages, but the world record gets 150% of the game value. It's 120 points, and then it's 75, 50, 25, which winds up being 20 points a spot. This is actually something that was done on purpose to weight down the game value, so it'll look like that a lot. But what we're going to do, I'm just going to write it over here. So the world record is going to receive 100 extra points. Let me write it right. Second place will receive an extra 50 points, and third place will receive an extra 20 points. So how that will actually look when we do it, I'm just going to copy and paste the new values over. This is what the increase will look like. So from 100 to 220, from 60 to 110, from 40 to 60. And but now I also want to show you, because I think some people have wondered, how does this, you know, board evolve? So there's been 3 additional runs to this board since the last update, and I want to show you what they look like. So the first new run was from Sci-Town, who got this. We're going to just go ahead and drag this down. But he got this time, 1821. This part is not right. So ignore it. It gets goofed up when it's in the final spot, when we don't have the right number of runners. And this should actually be 83%. That's something I don't have the reference thing connected. But the one thing to note is when we go up to 5 runners, currently All-Pro Basketball's here 4 and 80. Once it goes up to 5, if nothing changes, which I don't think anything will between now and the end of the week, or the end of the month, it'll be worth 100 points. So we can just go ahead and edit that, and then let's sort this so it makes more sense. Sort range. There we go. So by Sci-Town learning this game, by picking up a 3rd place time, he will receive 80 points. The people he passed are not affected. But she's charred core score actually went up 20 points, and my score went up, I believe, 120 points. Or no, just 20 points, excuse me, because or was it 30? It was 30 points because it's multiplied by this. So that's one update. But we've had another person run it since then as well, Overswarm, whose time is actually the world record time. So he's improved on it. He's got it up to that level. Actually, 83 was right. 86 was wrong. It didn't matter, though. So let's go ahead and resort this and show how this changes everything again. So now Overswarm jumps into the game, has 250 points as a result of getting first place in this game. It would have normally been 150, but it's just a little extra incentive. I dropped from what was... Oh, you know what? This is 120 now. That's why it didn't look right to me. Because we go from 5 runners to 6. So that amount goes up one more tier. So yeah, looking at that now, he's up to 280. I had 250. I dropped down to 150. Charred Core had so she's down to 100 now. Sighthound's down to 60. The bonuses get reduced as you get knocked out of the top 3, but it does make the podium spots particularly valuable. And now to look at one more thing that isn't going to change as much, but is still important to note. Another recent time has been posted by Sighthound, who is actually now the world record holder. So when we sort through this again, now he's getting 280 points. Overswarm lost 130 points by being knocked out of the first spot. I lost 50 points by being knocked out of the second spot. And this is generally how the boards shift. There are extreme situations where the world record, and it's not really extreme, this happens maybe 1 in 10 boards, but where the world record time is so good that some of the other times are like very bad in comparison, to where they get taken out a little bit by this percentage of first category. That doesn't happen super often, but it does when there is a world record holder who is just obscenely good at the game. So, which the idea is that it doesn't give you full credit if you jump into a board with few runners, just to get like 20 or 40 points. You have to actually put something sort of competitive. So this is the change I'm implementing. It will be implemented by the end of January. So on the February update, you will see the difference. That is something that is happening already. The other change that I'm not 100% sure about how to do is the one that was here in issue 5. The way this will look if implemented will be that some games will receive a bonus to their game value because they're considered to be very long speedruns or extraordinarily difficult to finish ones. And some games that are considered to be very trivial, the one I use in the example is Sid Meier's Pirates, which speedrun is literally to skip through a duel and retire. And that would be a game that would possibly subject to a game value penalty. All of these would be done at this level. So say there was a 50% penalty. So if this game got that penalty, it'd only be worth 260 points instead of 520. Is that still a game that would be a good reason to play it because you want to get a bunch of points? Yes. That wouldn't actually change anything. But if you're looking to... but it just doesn't carry the same weight because, again, something like Mario's Time Machine is a little bit more involved, or Palamedes is a much more difficult game. Just that's the people who try to run it. So that's where I am as far as the thought process on how to do all these things. I wanted to kind of bring that up before it happened. I don't want people to be surprised. So if you're following, again, please like, subscribe, appreciate. If you have any specific issue, please feel free to leave a comment. I want to know, I want the feedback, because I even though this is something that some people have jokingly called me King Aaron or Emperor Aaron, because the way I'm kind of running this, I'm ultimately doing this for the NES community at large. So if you have an opinion, please let me know and I'll see what I can do about it. If we can do anything. And that's it. So yeah, thank you very much again, and you know, catch me on Twitch, catch me on Twitter if you want to get with me, or leave a comment here. Anyway, either way that you do that should work out. And yeah, so thank you very much, and probably no updates until the end of the month. So look forward to early February, and you know, keep running NES speedruns.